Now on CoastTV News.
Break out the warmer clothes for chillier weather. We have a couple of chilly days in store for Delmar and a chance for patchy frost Friday morning for some spots. But warming up this weekend and especially into next week. I'll have the details coming up.
Tragic anniversary date. It was a morning 3 years ago today that shocked of Delmar. We look back at Delmar police officer Keith Heacook's death in the line of duty, the efforts to remember him, and to bring back stronger criminal penalties in Delaware.
Definition dilemma, the reason why some Delaware lawmakers are pushing for a specific description of what a firearm is.
Chaos in California as anti-Israel protests grow larger. The action universities are now willing to take in the attempt to restore order.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, April 25th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Paige, we're going to touch upon this in a moment.
Okay.
But this must be like Christmas for you. As a Washington fan, you get to find out who your new quarterback is today.
It's like Christmas, maybe more like Thanksgiving, just because it's like we've been here before. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, when you're so used to being let down, you just always, you can't be let down. You know?
You're already building in the disappointment.
If I go in with low expectations, they'll either be met or I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Good approach.
Yeah.
Good approach.
Yeah, that's how I'm trying to be glass half full today. You get me?
I got you.
That's why I'm off tomorrow.
I know.
Just kidding. It's not. I'm going out of town. I wouldn't take off for that. But, you know, it'll still be a good evening tonight. All right, well, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy. Bob, good evening for, hopefully, football fans. But what about weather?
Yeah, football fans, I always brace myself for the worst with my team, but always hope for the best. We are looking at chilly conditions, football-like weather as we go through time. Now we're looking at clouds and maybe some sprinkles across the area. We have colder air that's working in from the north with low pressure to the south. So you see these little blips of green across Sussex County, the Eastern Shore, and back into Maryland. So maybe a few sprinkles this morning. As we widen out the view, we've got a stationary boundary to the south separating some milder air and then colder air to the north, much colder air that's funneling in from strong high pressure to the north, and that will push in that cooler and cooler air. So in fact, these temperatures in the mid-50s right now, this could be the high for the day. So we're looking at very chilly conditions as the winds are light now from the northeast, but they'll be picking up with time, and temperatures move very little today. 40s and low 50s, can't rule out a sprinkle from time to time, and we're only in the low 50s at 9, low 50s at noon. I think you're stuck in the 40s along the beaches, so bundle up as we're only into the mid-50s, and that's well inland, cooler as you work your way towards the coast. Day part forecast, we have some sun, but lots of clouds, and see how those east-northeast winds really ramp up, and highs only in the low 50s, but feeling like 40s. And with that chilly weather, a chance of frost as we go into Friday morning for some, but a warm-up into the weekend. Much more on your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob. Today marks 3 years since Delmar Police Corporal Keith Heacook was killed in the line of duty. You can see him on your screen right there. On April 25th, 2021, Heacook responded to a fight in progress in Delmar. He was then beaten to death by Randon Wilkerson and taken to shock trauma in Baltimore with significant head injuries. 3 days later, Corporal Heacook was taken off life support. Now Heacook Fest is held in April every year to honor the life of the fallen officer, and the event features live music, fun activities. It raises money for nonprofits, Operations We Care, and Behind the Lines. Both organizations help law enforcement and their families.
Randon Wilkerson is the man convicted of killing Corporal Heacook. It was in December last year that Wilkerson was sentenced to 2 life sentences for 2 counts of first-degree murder. This after being found guilty in a bench trial in October. In February, Wilkerson's defense filed an appeal after court documents reveal he claimed to have used drugs during that crime. The prosecution has stated to CoastTV News that this was expected.
Heacook's murder led to a call by Republican members of the General Assembly to reinstate the death penalty in Delaware. That effort did not gain traction. Capital punishment in 2016 was abolished in the state. That's when the Delaware Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional twice. Then Sussex County State Rep Republican Steve Smick introduced bills to bring back the death penalty. Both of those efforts failed. Last month, House Bill 70, which would formally outlaw the death penalty in the state, was approved by the Judiciary Committee, but no further action on that piece of legislation has occurred.
Breaking overnight, police have arrested anti-Israel protesters at the University of South California in Los Angeles. Police were monitoring the protests. They didn't get involved until the chief of USC's Department of Public Safety told demonstrators they will face criminal trespass charges if they did not leave Alumni Park. LAPD also got involved with 73 people arrested as protesters refused to leave. The university said professors have the option of conducting class online for the remainder of the week due to the disruptive nature of those protests.
Delaware legislation is looking to clear the air on what a firearm is. Some lawmakers in Dover say that the current definition, it's too broad, and some things you would never think as a firearm are, at least legally speaking. Now, House Bill 357 is attempting to change the legal definition to what almost everyone thinks of when you think of a firearm, something that shoots bullets. The bill sponsors say Delaware is the only state in the entire country that has a broad definition of what a firearm is. The bill was voted out of committee on Wednesday and is ready to be heard by the entire House of Representatives.
This isn't the first time in recent history that guns have caused controversy at Legislative Hall. One bill created what's called a permit-to-purchase system for handguns. That means people looking to buy a handgun now need to go through an application process, as well as go through a firearms training program. According to that bill, people would not have to pay fees for the permit itself, but they would pay for things like the fingerprinting and the training that's required.
Police chiefs from 4 different Delaware communities joining forces along with a select group of locals. It was last year that Governor John Carney signed a bill that requires all police departments to have a police accountability committee. Fenwick Island, South Bethany, Dewey Beach, and Ocean View, they've all opted to partner with each other to form one regional committee. This will provide advice on police training and issues affecting communities.
Because they're such small communities, and when you work together, you can get so much more done. And so that's, you have a body, you've got the arms and legs, now we can walk.
During their next meeting, the committee plans on having some policies put in place that can better help the officers and communities.
Happening tonight in Milford, candidates for mayor will be taking part in a debate. Incumbent Arch Campbell is being challenged by Ward 2 Councilman Todd Colota. Now, the debate will be held at the Milford High School Auditorium. That's at 7 p.m. Milford's municipal election, that's scheduled for this Saturday.
And also happening today in Lewis, the mayor and city council will hold a workshop on affordable housing. Town officials say they will focus on accessory dwelling units. They're known as ADUs and tiny homes. This is to increase affordable housing options. These tiny homes can be part of existing buildings like garages. They'll also discuss a proposal to limit the total number of tiny homes in the city to 40. There will be a presentation at the workshop on the lack of affordable housing for workers and lower income people, and this workshop set to begin at 10 a.m.
Today, the city's also hosting a workshop on weed legislation and regulations. Mayor Andrew Williams and the City Council will be hearing from Delaware's Marijuana Commissioner Rob Koop. This workshop takes place at 10 a.m. Lewis is one of the few coastal communities that has not banned marijuana businesses within town limits. The city in previous meetings has said they just want to hear more from people before coming to a decision on that proposal.
In Millsboro, Delaware State Police continue to investigate what caused a car to run off into the woods. You see that here. This is Friendship Road. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, the driver was trapped inside after the crash. Fire company says firefighters and paramedics quickly responded to help. The driver was taken to a hospital for care. Happening tonight, first round of the NFL draft taking place in Detroit. The Chicago Bears have the first overall pick. They're expected to select USC quarterback Caleb Williams. Page's Washington team, they have the second pick. Eagles are 22nd tonight, while the Ravens have the 30th pick.
Well, new this morning, a proposed bill would rename a major transportation center after Delaware Senator Tom Carper. According to the Delaware General Assembly, Senate Bill 276 would rename the Newark Regional Transportation Center in honor of Senator Carper. Carper, who announced he's going to retire, has been a Delaware senator since 2001 after serving as governor of the first state. The General Assembly says this bill is already ready to be voted on.
Former President Donald Trump sits in a New York courtroom today. One of his and the nation's most important legal arguments will be happening about 200 miles away in Washington, D.C. The Supreme Court will decide whether American presidents can face criminal prosecutions for things they did while in office.
The decision could have consequences for decades to come. It could help Mr. Trump avoid being tried for his attempts to overturn the 2020 election. NBC's Chris Pallone shows us details of the case and what this could mean for Trump's current legal issues.
A monumental day at the Supreme Court as lawyers for Donald Trump argue the former president cannot face criminal prosecution for what they call his official acts while in office. The former president is charged with conspiring to overturn the 2020 election during his final days in office, the only president ever to be charged with a crime.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
In frequent social media posts, Mr. Trump insists American presidents must be shielded from all criminal prosecution.
I think even the most conservative justices are unlikely to share that view.
The special counsel prosecuting the former president argued in a recent court filing, a bedrock principle of our constitutional order is that no person is above the law, including the president.
This is the moment we've been waiting for, because the motion that the former president filed in this case is a motion that, if he succeeds with it on this appeal, would end the prosecution.
A lawyer for the federal government will try to persuade the justices, 3 appointed by Trump himself, that presidents are not immune from criminal prosecution and that Mr. Trump was not carrying out his official duties as president as he sought to overturn Joe Biden's election victory.
I think the question for the court is going to be, even if they find some level of immunity, what does that mean?
When the court rules might be almost as important as what it rules. A typical late June or early July opinion might not leave enough time for a trial to be held before voting begins in the 2024 election. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
All right, we still have more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Page coming up, the birds we're going to show you here have returned to nest atop Rehoboth Beach. Volunteer Fire Company will tell you what came out of efforts to deter the birds and why some people are actually happy to see them.
And manager salary mayhem. We're telling you why not everyone in Rehoboth Beach is pleased to welcome the new city manager and why city officials could be taking another look at their budget.
Yeah, Dewey Beach aiming to ease parking pressure ahead of the busy summer season. We'll tell you how the town has revamped its parking system. All of that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
On Coast Life, we explore the vital role of our local ecosystems and the roles played by reptiles and amphibians. Plus, in our Spill the Tea segment, we delve into a couple's travel fund controversy. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Solar is a legacy you will pass on to future generations. So choose a local company with the skills and expertise to do it right. Sunrise Solar is your complete solar energy solution, offering interactive systems for farming and industrial. The Sunrise team has the knowledge, training, and certifications necessary to build the best solar unit for your needs, with a 25-year panel production warranty. Call today about financing and low monthly payments. Sunrise Solar, powering your future.
Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Meet us downtown and shop till you drop. The Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center announces their 41st annual Spring Sidewalk Sale. Join us Friday, May 3rd through Sunday, May 5th. Shop downtown Rehoboth Beach and Resort area for a tax-free shopping extravaganza. Save on everything from clothes to accessory and gift items. And bring your husband. Waiting at the beach isn't half bad. And parking is free. Join us downtown at the Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center annual Spring Sidewalk Sale. Friday, May 3rd through Sunday, May 5th.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida. Part of our continued reporting.
It is safe. Everybody good?
Women, children,
Just about 5:14 on this cool Thursday morning. Irish Eyes Cam, 54 in Lewis. You may be seeing a few sprinkles right now. We've got a lot of clouds, and you see blips of green all over Sussex County and the Eastern Shore right now, into Maryland as well. This could be some very light rain or drizzle or sprinkles that are moving through right now. We've got a lot of clouds. We've got a front just to our south with low pressure north of this front. Very cool air will continue to funnel in today from the north and east. So temperatures are in the low to mid 50s right now. This could be the highs for the day. They might actually be falling throughout the day as we have northeast winds starting to pick up. So on the golf course, once again, I left the putt short. I put it in the fair range, and we're going to see some sun, but it's going to be mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly, not the best day for golf, and 54, but much of the day feeling like 40s with the wind.
Bob, that was a better putt than you had yesterday, so I'll give you props for that one. All right, Dewey Beach has revamped its parking system. Now you can grab daily permits for $30 or choose weekly options for $100. There's also a weekend option for $55. The town says parking is free every Monday night. And if you're planning to stay in town longer, seasonal permits are transferable and they cover multiple cars. In Milford, there will be lane closures starting this weekend. DelDOT says lanes will be closed on Northeast Front Street for road work. That street is between Washington Street and Rehoboth Boulevard. The work will start this Saturday and will go through May 4th. Crews will be working between 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Ford's electric vehicle unit reports that losses soared in the first quarter to $1.3 billion. Ford, like many other automakers, has announced plans to shift from traditional gas-powered vehicles to electric vehicles in the coming years. Ford CEO saying the company's making changes in its electric vehicle business will allow it to be profitable in the future. Federal Trade Commission sending refunds to thousands of Ring users. This comes from a settlement with Ring over charges claiming the company allowed employees and contractors to access the cameras. That gave them the ability to view consumers' private videos without consent. So far, the FTC has identified more than $5.6 million worth of refunds. Well, still ahead this morning, Rehoboth Beach manager salary mayhem. We're telling you the new manager's salary compares to that of the outgoing manager, and officials could be looking at another budget.
And we can see the branches blowing in the wind right now in our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam in Ocean City, and that's a chilly wind. We've got a couple of chilly days. Could be looking at patchy frost tomorrow morning for inland areas. The weekend warms up in 80s. 80s are in store next week. I'll have the crazy temperature details coming up in 2 minutes.
Honor the life and legacy of Corporal Keith Heacook at Heacook Fest 2024, Friday, April 26th from 5 to 9:30 p.m. Come join the fun at the Kylan Barn Amphitheater at Heron Ponds in Delmar. Enjoy food and drinks, kid-friendly activities, local vendors, and a petting zoo. Plus, jam out with live music from the Amish Outlaws and the Dust and Showers Band. Free admission for all attendees. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Spring is here, signaling the perfect time to rejuvenate your lawn. Trust the knowledgeable staff at Johnson Seed and Feed to prepare your yard this season. Our lawn checklist, high-quality seasonal fertilizers, and premium grass seeds ensure a beautiful and healthy lawn throughout the summer. Don't miss out on our Dunbar, where you can craft your own spring arrangement. Choose your decorative pot to add vibrant flowers or lush green plants to elevate your outdoor space. Be the envy of your neighborhood and enjoy your lawn with Johnson's Seed and Feed.
Social Security and Medicare aren't just handed to us.
We've earned them. Hour by hour. Day by day.
Paycheck by paycheck.
They aren't plans. They're a promise. Made to every American. Every American. And we're not going to let anyone break it.
Break it.
Break it.
Neither will I. And you can consider that a promise, too. David Trone will stand up to Republicans looking to strip the safety net seniors depend on. And there's no backing down. I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:16 as we show you a live look at Ocean City. If you walk out your door right now, what you feel is basically what we're getting the whole day, Bob.
Yeah, this is a little depressing too, Matt. This might be the warmest time of the day because temperatures might slide throughout the day with a stronger northeast wind. So it might be one of that scenario where it's the high temperature right around now and then the rest of the day, kind of sliding down. And that could set us up for maybe the last frost of the season as we go into Friday morning. So you can see the icicle right here poking into that frost possible area. I think we're in the upper 30s, interior areas west of 113, so cover the plants tonight or bring them inside, and then we're out of the woods after that and maybe for the season. But right now it's into the mid-50s temperature-wise, and like I just said, this could be our highs for the day. 53 Salisbury, 55 in Millsboro, Georgetown 54, Bethany Beach 53, and 53 in Lewis. Northeast winds beginning to crank up now, 17 miles per hour. Rehoboth 13 in Bethany Beach and getting stronger inland too, gusting over 20, so it's going to be cold and windy 80 along the coast, and still breeze is picking up inland as well. And on top of that, we've got lots of clouds, and you can see some blips of green, some sprinkles, very light showers moving through Sussex County back into areas around Salisbury, Mardella Springs, the eastern shore right now. Nothing all that heavy. I don't think it's umbrella worthy, but just kind of adding to the chill out there as we have a boundary to our south, and to the north of that, we've got a strong northeast wind. Very strong high pressure and cold high pressure will continue to sink to the south and continue to push in that cold air. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. Here's this morning, temperatures in the 40s and 50s, probably dipping a little bit here in the next few hours with the clouds, maybe a sprinkle. We'll see times of sun as well. By noon, that stiff east-northeast wind and temperatures in the low 50s, maybe 56 in Salisbury, but then along the coast, you're probably not getting out of the 40s today with the wind, feeling even colder. This evening, still very chilly. Now, through the overnight, if the winds relax enough and we get rid of the clouds, I think we'll see some frost. Now, this model is showing only lower 40s tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking those winds relax enough that we get into the upper 30s from 113 points west. That's why you have to protect those plants, but we'll be frost-free along the coast. And then tomorrow, lots of sunshine, but a chilly day with an easterly wind and highs only into the mid to maybe upper 50s, and very chilly into the evening hours. You can see these persistent east-northeast winds today at noon, gusting over 20 miles per hour, and they remain persistent through the overnight, but they could relax enough by Friday morning where we could get some of that light frost inland, but they're still pretty persistent out of the east as we go right into Friday. And into the weekend, we do increase the clouds, and there will be a warm front, and that could trigger maybe a few showers on Saturday, but then a big warm-up heading into Sunday. We've got NASCAR in Dover. I think it's dry and mild for that, and then really warm into early next week. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Look at this temperature range. We are looking at crazy temperatures. 54 today, 37, that possibility of frost tomorrow morning, 58 on Friday. And then the weekend, 62 Saturday, maybe some showers, upper 70s Sunday. And then all of a sudden, it's summer next week with lower 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. More sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday. Our umbrella winner today, it is Amanda Mills from Seaford. Congratulations, Amanda. A brand new umbrella for you from Paul Davis and CoastTV.
Thank you, Bob. There is a controversy growing in Rehoboth Beach. It centers around this man. This is the new city manager, Taylor Tedder. He is from Boulder City, Nevada. However, the announcement of his hiring has not been met with praise from the public due to Tedder's high salary and compensation package. There's some of it right there. He'll be receiving nearly $250,000, $50,000 for moving expenses, $750,000 for a givable housing loan. As for where this money's coming from for that loan for the house, Mayor Stan Mills says the city will likely have to reevaluate and possibly vote on the budget again. Tedder is expected to start in mid-May. The deal comes after a recent round of tax increases and fees in Rehoboth Beach.
Yeah, so looking back on the previous city manager, Lawrence Christian's salary, there's a $90,000 difference. Right now, according to the city, the previous manager received an annual salary of $160,000. City saying there was no housing loan included in that one. Lawrence Christian was the city manager for 8 months.
This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know your opinion on the city manager's pay.
Ooh, all right. 75% of you say it's too high. 9% of you say it's perfect. Don't touch it. It's just right. 16% of you say give him more. It's too low.
Yeah, Paige, I want those 16% negotiating my next contract.
Right. Let's put ours up here next time. All right. Well, hey, whatever you want to vote for, you can vote. Go to coasttv.com, or, of course, you can vote on our mobile app.
Up next, these birds have returned to their place atop the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company. We'll tell you how firefighters there tried to stop the birds from taking root. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Whether it's your first time betting or you've been gambling for years, have a plan and know the game. Be aware of the rules and odds before you gamble. Set a budget and never gamble with money you can't afford to lose. Take a break and consider teaming up with trusted friends to help you stick to your budget. Remember, if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmar Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmar Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here, and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say, and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmar Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmar Design Center.
Delmar Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
So here's an interesting story for you. Ospreys have returned atop the Rehoboth Beach Fire Company siren. Ospreys are sort of an unusual looking bird that's also known as a seahawk. So this pair of ospreys, likely the same pair that has a nest atop the siren in recent years. Debris, however, can be found beneath the nest on a patio at the fire company, which is likely the reason for a cone now being placed atop the siren to deter those birds. However, the deterrent failed to keep the birds away. You can't stop them, so that has actually pleased some people in town.
They put this cone in there, and the bird came back.
The bird really wanted to be there. Because
Osprey.
it made a beautiful nest.
Yeah,
she made a beautiful nest.
Yeah,
It is beautiful. The Rehoboth Beach Fire Department will be required by law, however, to remove that cone from the nest now that the pair have begun to settle in.
I get what from there when you said the debris part.
Yeah, but it's their home.
I know. All right, well, First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy is back with us again. And Bob, if you're on the beach today, you might need to bundle up if you're going to look for birds like that.
Yeah, I guess traffic cones don't matter to birds. They're like, this is my house, and that's the way it is. But yeah, we need to bundle up on the beaches, layer up, maybe hat and gloves as well. Yes, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s this morning. Assateague and Chincoteague, watch out for some sprinkles. But look how they slide through the lower 50s, even some upper 40s by this afternoon. And with the wind, feeling much colder than that. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, you're seeing temperatures in the low 50s this morning to about 50 by 5 p.m. as we're looking at the breezy conditions. Ocean City around 49 as we go into the 5 o'clock hour. Waves around 2 to 4 feet. UV index will be high, so when the sun's out, make sure you have the SPF. But Lewis beginning in the low 50s, but then falling into the upper 40s, and the same for Rehoboth. So we've got the chill, maybe some frost Friday morning, but a big warm-up beginning this weekend. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Bob. Also coming up after the break, new legislation in the first state aims to put a more clear definition on what qualifies as a firearm. We're telling you what some officials say the current definitions are lacking.
Also, clearing commotion. We'll show you the protest that took place on another college campus that resulted in many arrests and possibly online classes.
And honoring Heacook. Today marks a tragic anniversary for a beloved Delmar police officer. We're telling you about the event held every year to remember his life. CoastTV News Today. We'll be right back.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
This championship season, prepare to be moved.
To win the Kentucky Derby. City win again and again. You got it. Wins the Indianapolis 500.
There is a new grandmaster in tennis.
Allison Corpus makes history.
Wyndham Clark, U.S. Open champion.
Vandergaard wins the Tour de France.
NBC Sports Championship season begins with the Kentucky Derby on NBC and Peacock.
Is it Bob first?
Now on CoastTV News.
Anniversary anguish 3 years ago this morning, the murder that shocked Delmar as Delmar police officer Keith Heacook was killed in the line of duty, what the community and lawmakers have attempted to do in the years since to honor his memory.
Wording of weapons. We're looking at why some Delaware lawmakers want to institute a specific definition on firearms.
Working on roads, the projects in Milton, and when it is expected to be completed.
This is CoastTV News Today.
April 25th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:32 on this Thursday morning, and we're looking at a bit of a chilly day today.
Definitely, yeah. So maybe a light jacket if you're a little bit of a baby in the cold. And when I say baby, I mean like me.
Okay.
Like a little bit of a baby in the cold.
I think just in general. I
Yeah.
mean, when you're talking temperatures like we're going to talk about in a few minutes, I think it's totally acceptable to go windbreaker.
Okay, perfect. So I'm not
suns
that
out,
much of a
guns
baby.
out today, folks.
None of that. That's for this weekend, though.
Okay.
Or maybe next week.
All right.
So that's the good news. Let's look ahead to the good stuff. We're going to bring in Bob right now. Bob, you have the good stuff for next week.
I have the good stuff. You know, I was torn between windbreaker and puffy jacket, and I said, got to go puffy jacket because it's going to be chilly. We've got clouds. We're going to have a breeze. And on top of that, we might have some sprinkles as well. You can see some green showing up around Bridgeville, back through Seaford, Delmar. So maybe some sprinkles, very light rain that extends into areas of Maryland as well. Eastern Shore, lots of clouds for you and the sprinkles. We have a boundary to the south separating milder air, and then to the north of it, much colder air is building in from the north and east as we have a huge area of high pressure to the north, and that will push a lot of cool air our way. So we have temperatures right now in the low to mid 50s. These very well could be the highs for the day as they're steady through the morning and then probably sliding throughout the day as winds are picking up from the northeast, already sustained over 20 miles per hour at the coast. So breezy, some sprinkles this morning, sometimes the sun as well, but low 50s, inland 40s at the beaches. Bundle up there, and by noon only lower 50s near 113 and maybe middle 50s around Salisbury. Farther west, warmer, farther east, certainly cooler, and it's going to be breezy and chilly into this evening. So if you can find some sun, have the higher SPF today. UV index brought to us by Ocean City. It's high. It's a 7. Burn time 25 minutes, and we are in that high range the next few days. In fact, the very high range as we go into Friday, Sunday, and Monday. Be extra vigilant and extra cautious in the sun. It dips a little bit on Saturday into the medium range.
All right, Bob, thank you. Well, today marks 3 years since Delmar Police Corporal Keith Heacook was killed in the line of duty. We're showing you his photo right there on your screen. On April 25th, 2021, Heacook responded to a fight in progress in Delmar. He was then beaten to death by Randon Wilkerson and taken to shock trauma in Baltimore with significant head injuries. It was 3 days later, Corporal Heacook was taken off life support. Now, Heacook Fest is held every April. It's every year to honor the life of the fallen officer. The event features live music, activities, and it all raises money for nonprofits like Operation We Care and Behind the Lines. Both organizations help law enforcement and their families.
Randon Wilkerson is the man convicted of killing Corporal Heacook. It was in December of last year that Wilkerson was sentenced to 2 life sentences for 2 counts of first-degree murder. This after being found guilty in a bench trial in October. In February, Wilkerson's defense filed an appeal after court documents revealed he claimed to have used drugs during the crime. The prosecution has stated to CoastTV News that was expected.
Heacook's murder led to a call by Republican members of the General Assembly to reinstate the death penalty in Delaware. That effort did not gain a lot of traction. Capital punishment in 2016 was abolished in Delaware when the Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional. Twice, then the Sussex County State Rep Republican Steve Smick introduced bills to bring back the death penalty, but both of those efforts failed. Last month, House Bill 70, which would formally outlaw the death penalty in the state, was approved by the Judiciary Committee, but no further action on that piece of legislation has occurred.
Breaking overnight, police arrested anti-Israel protesters at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. Police were monitoring the protests but didn't get involved until the chief of USC's Department of Public Safety told demonstrators they faced criminal trespass charges if they did not leave Alumni Park. LAPD also got involved, with 73 people arrested as protesters refused to disperse. The university said professors have the option of conducting classes online for the remainder of the week due to the disruptive nature of these protests.
What counts as a firearm? Seems like a simple question, but it's a big debate at the state capitol. Legislation looking to change the definition of what a firearm is.
Yes, some state lawmakers are arguing that the current legal definition of what a firearm is more of an umbrella term, and something needs to be done to make the definition easier to understand. CoastTV's Charles Reiner breaks down the bill.
Do you consider this a firearm? Well, some Delaware lawmakers say the current definition of the word makes it a little unclear and confusing.
Too broad.
According to the bill's sponsors, the current definition of firearm includes anything that fires a projectile, from something as small as a slingshot to as big as a pumpkin chunking cannon. The current legal definition is as follows. Any weapon from which a shot, projectile, or other object may be discharged by force of combustion, explosive, gas, and/or mechanical means, whether operable or inoperable, loaded or unloaded. It does not include any BB gun. This bill, House Bill 357, looks to change the definition of firearms to what most people associate with the word, something that fires bullets. Barbara Stevenson thinks it's a necessary change.
I think it needs to be specific to what a firearm really is.
The new bill would create a new legal definition for, quote, projectile weapons, which would include things like crossbows or any other object that fires off projectile that isn't a bullet. Bill sponsors say the goal of the bill is to make things more transparent and that there are unintended consequences of the current definition. For example, minors are not allowed to use paintball guns. This bill was voted out of committee today and is now placed on the ready list, which basically just means it's ready to be heard by the House and then by the Senate if it passes the House of Representatives. I'm Charles Reinert in Georgetown, CoastTV News.
Happening tonight in Milford, candidates for mayor will take part in a debate. Incumbent Archie Campbell is being challenged by Ward 2 Councilman Todd Collada. The debate will be held at the Milford High School Auditorium. That begins at 7 p.m. Milford's municipal election, that is scheduled for Saturday.
More news to get to in this hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, building to beat hunger. We're telling you about the competition you can join at the Food Bank of Delaware.
Also, the big inning that led the Orioles to a series win over the Angels. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
On Coast Life, we explore the vital role of our local ecosystems and the roles played by reptiles and amphibians. Plus, in our Spill the Tea segment, we delve into a couple's travel fund controversy. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
We traveled the country and the world looking for cool gems and antiques just for you, bringing a unique collection of items for the most interesting store at the beach. Here at Buddhas and Beads, we also buy estate jewelry, costume jewelry, gold and silver, or any antiques. We're always looking to build our collection. We buy one piece or an entire estate. We got a super cool shop, great prices, and we pay the most for your gold and silver. Come on in to Buddhas and Beads on Rehoboth Avenue.
Move for Life is working to provide a gym for those who can't afford memberships or lack access to fitness facilities, and we need your help. Join us on Saturday, June 15th at Marina Park in Federalsburg for the Move for Life Fund's Build a Gym 5K. Walk or run, plus enjoy the activities, prizes, and community spirit. Help us make a lasting impact in Federalsburg. Sign up today at moveforlife.org/events. Early bird registration ends May 5th.
Deal. Or no deal.
Welcome to the Banker's Private Island.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
We really don't know what we signed up for.
The biggest prize in Deal or No Deal history. Are you ready to see what's inside?
Deal or No Deal Island, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Dan and Cher here as our first duo coaches.
2, it's a lot better than 1. Don't let her sweet talk you.
I need a partner.
Unbelievable.
Boys.
The Voice, all new, Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Mostly cloudy right now, maybe some breaks in the overcast in Ocean City. Hershey Exteriors Camp 54 there, and we could be looking at some sprinkles across the area. Lots of clouds, just very light rain sprinkles into Sussex County right now. Nothing all that heavy. That extends down to areas north and east of Salisbury towards the coast, and maybe a few back through Nanticoke as well. So mostly cloudy, breezy, and chilly as we've got a boundary to our south, and we've got a persistent northeast wind that will bring in cooler weather. So we're looking at low to mid 50s right now, and these might be the highs for the day as stronger northeast winds will have those temperatures sliding. So not ideal for golf today, but hey, it's golf, and if you're not working, it's always better than a day at work golfing. Mostly cloudy, breezy, and chilly. 54, so it's in the fair category. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather line, 443-880-9100. Just updated the forecast. Is sponsored by Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
In Milton, road repairs are hitting the area of Wharton and Federal Street. We're going to show you some of the roads being worked on. Repairs will also be taking place near Morris Avenue and Route 16. The town says those repairs may continue into next week. The Food Bank of Delaware is accepting submissions for its Cangineering competition. Once again, businesses and organizations are encouraged to collect as many non-perishable food items as possible and then use your imagination to turn them into pieces of art. We're going to show you some of past submissions, but Chad Robinson of the Food Bank says piquing people's artistic curiosity has prompted more people to donate.
We know that just a typical food drive, while incredibly meaningful to us, and to those that participate, sometimes it's, let me just give this can. But Cangineering is a way to, again, get friends or business colleagues or organization members together and think about, well, what could we create?
So for anyone interested in joining the competition, the registration deadline is coming up. It's on Friday.
Just days away from the NASCAR show rolling into Delaware. Late last season, it was the driver of the 12 car, Ryan Blaney, who was on a roll. He scored 2 wins in the playoffs on his way to his first Cup championship of his career. That was last year. No wins so far in 2024, though Blaney has been consistent enough to be 7th in the point standings. Heading into the 11th race of the season, Blaney is not showing signs of stress.
Obviously, we would have liked to have won by now or gotten a Ford in victory lane, but you know, sometimes it takes just a little time, you know, to figure out, you know, what we need to do to find like optimum speed with this car, you know. So I'm not really too stressed about it right now. You know, I know we're working super hard to figure out what we need to do to just find a little bit of pace.
Blaney has never won a Cup race at Dover. He will take a string of 4 straight top 10 starting positions into Saturday morning's qualifying. Happening tonight, first round of the NFL draft taking place in Detroit. The Chicago Bears have the first overall pick, and they're expected to take USC quarterback Caleb Williams. Page's Washington team, they have the 2nd pick. Eagles are 22nd tonight, while the Ravens have the 30th pick.
Delmar Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. The Baltimore Orioles aiming to take their 2nd series over the Los Angeles Angels this season. In the top of the 3rd, Gunnar Henderson breaks open the scoring, sailing it just over the wall for a solo shot. Now up to nothing, bottom 5, and that was all the insurance that Dane Kramer needed, picking up his 4th K of the day. Bottom of the 6th, Mike Trout, nobody on, and he hammers one deep to left field, and it will just stay fair. The 10th homer for Mike Trout this season. He brings his team within 5. More from the Angels. Taylor Ward skies it to right center field. A 2-run home run, and the home team is starting to get some life now. Then Ward, a grounder to the left side. Gunnar Henderson has it, and the throw is in time. Henderson showing off his arm. Bottom of the 9th, Angels down by 1. An attempted steal, a throw, it's in time. They did rule it out. A tough bang call to end the game. Let us know what you guys think. Orioles win 6-5. To high school action in Delaware in boys volleyball, Indian River defeated Delmar Christian 3-1. The Indians have won their 4th game in a row, improving to 6-2 on the year. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Lighten up your week. Subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign-up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
We're seeing a lot of clouds, a little break in the overcast. Right now, tidal health cam in Salisbury 53. That very well might be the high for the day. It's going to be a chilly and breezy day, so dress for the cold weather the next couple of days and protect your plans Friday morning. Inland areas could see some frost, then a weekend warm up, then 80s next week. Battle of the seasons. Your forecast details coming up next.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH Fur's Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
The town of Delmar is very unique. The bond between the community and the football program is unlike any other.
We're way smaller than any other school you're going to find.
They're carrying all those other teams and the community with them.
We have had 3 of the most stressful weeks I've ever been around a football team in my life.
The Wildcat Legacy begins tonight at 7:30 on WBOC and the Delmarva Sports Network.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Jesse Tyler Ferguson does Beyonce proud. Oh, y'all see here? Plus, my action movie co-star, Mila Jovovich. How did I do?
I was so impressed.
Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
It is 5:47 on your Thursday. Let's take a live look right now at Ocean City. And Bob, already the sky is starting to lighten up. It's going to be a good day in OC. I can feel it.
Yeah, and you're going to have to bundle up too, Paige. So I think we'll see the sun, so not bad on that side of the ledger, but I think we are looking at the clouds and the cooler conditions as we go through the day. And one more chance of frost as we go into Friday morning. Could be the last one of the season. I'm going out on a limb saying this is the last frost possible. As we go into your Friday morning, looking at 30s inland areas, so protect those plants. And then afterwards, we are seeing a big warm up. It'll be feeling like summer as we go into next week. But right now, it's chilly. We've got temperatures in the low to mid 50s, 54 in Georgetown, Millsboro, 52 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, 53. And this very well might be the high for the day with steady or slowly falling temperatures as a northeast wind is picking up. Now sustained over 20 miles per hour for parts of the coast, gusting up to 30 Indian River Inlet, 23 in Rehoboth, 22 in Georgetown. So those winds picking up, and it will be chilly today and lots of clouds. And we might be looking at some sprinkles as well across Sussex County into areas of Maryland and maybe a heavier shower north of Mardella Springs right now. Nothing all that heavy, but a few sprinkles, mostly cloudy skies as we do have a boundary off to our south. And north of that, we have a building northeast wind, and that's around huge high pressure to the north, very cold high pressure, and that will continue to settle to the south. And south of that front, we have some clouds and showers. So we have low pressure to the south and high pressure to the north. So right in between, we have that stronger east-northeast wind. Here is Futurecast picking it up at 7 a.m., 40s and low 50s as temperatures are sliding with the winds picking up throughout the day. We'll see some times of sun, but times of clouds as well. And you can see by noon, mid-50s around the 13 quarter, 113, lower 50s, and then 40s along the coast. And that'll be it for highs basically, as it's still very chilly into the afternoon with some clouds in this evening. If the clouds part and we see the winds die down enough by Friday morning, we will see some frost, especially west of 113. Here, our projected lows are in the low to mid 40s, but I think we'll be in the upper 30s in some places and 40s along the coast. And then Friday is another chilly day, lots of sunshine, but highs only in the mid to upper 50s, and a very chilly Friday evening as we have this persistent easterly wind gusting over 20 miles per hour at the coast during much of the day. And then as we go into your Friday, still out of the east and still pretty gusty along the coast and keeping us cool right into Friday evening. Now, for the weekend, not bad. Saturday, increasing clouds. Could see a stray shower with a warm front, but then a big warm up on Sunday. We've got the big NASCAR race in Dover, I think. That's mainly dry, maybe a sprinkle, but really warming up as we head into the early part of next week. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Look at this temperature swing. Mid-50s today, maybe some frost Friday morning, 58 Friday, and then the weekend, some showers Saturday, 62, 77 Sunday, and then it's a taste of summer early next week. 83 on Monday, lower 80s, and mostly sunny Tuesday into Wednesday.
Sounds good, Bob. Thank you so much. We have a quick update for property owners now on Park Avenue and the surrounding areas in Georgetown. Today, water service will be temporarily shut off at specific addresses, including several on South Bedford Street and on Zor Road. This is part of the state's Park Avenue relocation Phase 1 project. The project aims to improve road safety on Park Avenue and create a continuous truck route from Route 113 to Route 9. The town says this shutdown will begin at 10 p.m. It's expected to last just for a short period of time.
Changes are coming to the Bethany Beach Volunteer Fire Company's ambulance subscription program starting now. The program will only cover property owners and their immediate family members. Town says this includes spouses, children, siblings, and in-laws. Town officials say renters and guests are no longer covered. For more information or questions, the town says to contact EMS Chief Phil Brecken.
Coming up on CoastTV News today, subscription shock. How many subscriptions are you paying for? How much do they cost you? We're going to give you some insight on how to be smarter with your subscriptions. We'll be right back.
See the beauty of Delmar from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Are you struggling to lose weight? Do you want to live a healthier and more empowered life? Whether it's been a lifelong struggle or you're new to weight loss, we can help you get the results you're looking for. At Tidal Health, we offer a comprehensive and customized approach to weight loss that includes surgical and medical options. Our team of dedicated professionals is committed to making sure you have the knowledge and support to reach your goals and get on the path to wellness. To learn how you can reach your goal weight, visit TidalHealth.org/lose-weight today.
Danish here as our first duo coaches.
2, it's a lot better than 1.
Boys.
Oh my goodness.
They're in a duo.
Let's go!
But I have a 3 hat. This is not fair. I need a partner to help me.
Unbelievable. Let's unplug this thing.
Big team legend. It's so distracting.
The Voice, all new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
With the rise of streaming services and online subscriptions, many consumers may be unaware of the total costs they're spending each month. Paige, according to Forbes, the average household spends over $552 a month on various subscriptions.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose track of.
Very easy, yeah. Alex Lorenzo is going to show us now, though, some things you can do to lower your monthly bill.
How many subscriptions do you have?
I'd say probably like 6 things. You know, I got Hulu, Netflix, like everybody does.
I lost count. I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, Spotify, just to name a few.
On average, people have over 10 subscriptions and are paying close to $130 over what they think they're actually paying. So what can you do to avoid overpaying? First, regularly audit your subscriptions to identify which ones you truly need and which ones you can live without. 42% of people have forgotten that they're still paying for subscriptions they no longer use. Check your smartphone subscriptions monthly by going to Settings, click on your name at the top, click Subscriptions, and it will list all your subscriptions and your renewal date. Additionally, consider bundling services when possible. Change how you pay. Setting up a subscription that deducts money straight from your account can be sobering and have you reevaluate which subscriptions you don't need. And don't forget to negotiate. Many subscription providers are willing to negotiate on price, especially if you threaten to cancel your subscription. Helping you get control of out-of-control subscriptions, I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
It's now 5:56. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day hates being forced to stay inside on gloomy days like we might have today. On your screen right now, this is Sherman. I love that name. Sherman loves walks, playing with his toys, and enjoying a nice stroll on the beach. And this guy was submitted to us by Ashley and Lewis. I love the way Sherman looks there.
Sherman looks like a Sherman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look like your name. Yeah, that's a Sherman for sure. All right, hey, keep sending us photos of your pets on Delmarva. They don't have to be cats and dogs. Anything legal that you keep in your home. Tell us what makes them so special.
Yeah, you can scan that QR code at the top of your screen. I like the fact that you put the legal in there, Paige. Then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And don't send us pictures of your crocodiles. I will have to tell somebody. All right, it is 5:57 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, not crocodile-like weather today, Bob.
I was just going to say, my emotional support crocodile, I guess, will not make the picture.
Don't tell me about it.
Okay. All right. I never said that. Anyway, not a good day for reptiles outside because it'll be chilly. We're looking at temperatures, probably the highs right around now into the mid-50s, and then the winds persistent out of the northeast all day. And look at this, 50 by noon, and we're in the low 50s essentially all day. I think you're in the 40s at the beaches. So a couple of chilly days. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I think we're looking at some frost inland areas Friday morning, 58 sunshine on Friday. But then the warm-up begins into the weekend. Saturday, a little better, 62, some showers. Upper 70s Sunday. And then here comes summer. Lower 80s next week. Maybe a shower chance Thursday as it cools off towards the end of the week, but really not a lot of rain, just a big temperature swing.
All right, thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, Delmar Day of Memory. We look back at a day that shook all of Delmarva and what has occurred since police officer Keith Heacook died in the line of duty. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.